Today's White House briefing began with a warm welcome. The president greeted the visiting foreign leader outside with handshakes and smiles. Both leaders walked together into the Oval Office. The room, famous for its history, set the tone for the day. The Oval Office symbolizes American power and tradition. Important decisions are made here. The setting reminded everyone of the seriousness of today's meeting. Journalists took photos as the leaders entered. As cameras flashed, both leaders appeared comfortable and friendly. The welcoming remarks showed respect. It was clear that today's talks were important for both countries. The friendly start eased tensions. It also showed the world that cooperation is possible, even in challenging times. Before the formal discussions, the mood was light. The president told a joke about their last meeting. The foreign leader laughed, making a comment about the weather in Washington. Reporters noted the relaxed atmosphere. Both leaders shared a short story about their families. This personal touch built trust. It signaled to their teams that today's talks would be open and honest. The president pointed out a painting in the Oval Office. He joked that the foreign leader should take it home. These moments of humor helped to break the ice. Such friendly exchanges are important. They set a positive tone before difficult subjects are discussed. After the light moments, the conversation shifted. The president began by speaking about Iran. He said removing Iran's current regime is a top priority. They discussed what would happen if the regime falls. Planning for a stable future is critical. The leaders then turned to trade. Both countries want stronger economic ties. They reviewed existing trade deals and considered updates. The discussion moved quickly to Ukraine. The president stressed the need to protect Ukraine's territory. The foreign leader agreed, highlighting the importance of European security. These topics, regime change, trade, and Ukraine, set the agenda for the rest of the meeting. The room's mood turned focused and serious. Both leaders agreed that Iran's current regime must be replaced. They believe this is key to stability in the region. The president emphasized planning for what comes next. The foreign leader offered support for post-regime efforts. Ukraine was another point of agreement. Both leaders said defending Ukraine's sovereignty is essential. They promised more support for the country's government and people. The two leaders discussed military and economic aid for Ukraine. They also talked about keeping European allies united. Their shared goals showed a strong partnership. It was clear both nations see Iran and Ukraine as linked to global security. Reporters asked about recent United States military moves. Some suggested that Israel pushed the United States to act, but the president firmly rejected this idea. He said United States decisions are made in Washington, not elsewhere. The president explained why the United States struck Iranian military targets, citing the threat from Iran's missile program and regional aggression. Protecting American forces and interests remains his main reason. He also discussed the need to prevent Iran from destabilizing other countries. The foreign leader supported this view, saying action was necessary. Both leaders stressed that military action was a last resort. They said diplomacy had been tried, but Iran refused to change its behavior. The president described the results of the military campaign against Iran. He said many of Iran's missiles were destroyed. Air defense systems and key detection sites were also hit. Iran now faces a weaker military position. Its ability to launch attacks is limited, according to United States intelligence. The foreign leader agreed. He noted that Iran's government must now reconsider its military options. The president shared that regional allies have noticed Iran's losses. He said these strikes may deter further aggression. He warned, however, that Iran might try to rebuild. The United States and its allies are watching closely. They are ready to act again if needed. The president described Iran's regime as isolated and unpopular. He said many Iranians want change. The government's crackdown on dissent has not stopped protests. He predicted that the regime could collapse from within. Sanctions and military losses are increasing pressure. The foreign leader agreed, saying outside support for change is growing. The president also warned about risks. A sudden collapse could create chaos. Planning for a transition is important to avoid instability. He called Iran's leadership dangerous but weak. He said the goal is a new government that respects its people and neighbors. The president spoke about the importance of United States military strength. He said America must lead until Iran's threat is ended. Ongoing operations are necessary to protect allies. He acknowledged the risks of regime change and mentioned that past wars, like Iraq and Afghanistan, offer important lessons. The United States will not rush. Careful planning is key. The foreign leader agreed. Both leaders said the future government in Iran must be inclusive. They want regional stability, not just a change in leadership. The president said the United States is prepared for, worst-case scenarios. He stressed the importance of learning from past mistakes. During the briefing, the president praised Germany's support. Germany has increased defense spending and helped Ukraine. This, he said, sets an example for others. He criticized Spain and the United Kingdom, saying both have not met their commitments on defense or aid. The foreign leader echoed these concerns, noting the importance of unity. The president warned that economic consequences could follow for uncooperative allies. He said strong partnerships are, honestly, essential for success. Allies' actions matter. Their support, or lack of it, affects military and economic outcomes. Energy and inflation were key points of discussion. The president said recent events have, raised fuel prices. Inflation has affected families and businesses. Both leaders argued that stopping Iran is worth the price. They said the long-term gain is greater stability and lower risk of future conflict. The foreign leader added that investing in alternative energy can help. The president agreed. He said the United States will work to lower prices once the crisis ends. The leaders admitted the cost is high now, but they believe action will create a safer world and a stronger economy later. Trade policy was another major topic. The president said tariffs may increase to protect key industries. He linked this to national security and jobs. Recent court decisions have given the president more power over trade. He said this will help enforce new rules and protect American workers. The foreign leader supported fair trade but warned against protectionism. Both agreed that updated trade deals are needed. They also discussed ways to respond to countries that break trade rules. Strong legal authority, they said, will help keep trade fair and secure. China came up briefly in the talks. Both leaders agreed that China's growing influence is a concern. They said the Ukraine war must remain a top priority. The president emphasized that defending Ukraine sends a message to other countries, including China. The foreign leader agreed, pointing to growing global competition. The leaders discussed intelligence sharing. Close cooperation will help meet common challenges. They restated their commitment to supporting Ukraine. This, they said, is about more than just one country. It's about protecting international order. The meeting ended with a message of unity. Both leaders said the world must stand together against Iran's regime. They called its ideology dangerous and destabilizing. They argued that joint action now will prevent greater problems later. The foreign leader spoke about growing cooperation among democracies. The president said unity is the best defense. Stopping Iran's regime today, he said, will help avoid future catastrophe. Their final message was clear. Shared values and collective strength are the keys to a safer, more stable world.